Okay, hey guys, how's it going? So, some basics of triangles and angles that we need to know. So, here are some tips that we need to know for an acute triangle, a right triangle, obtuse, a straight angle, and just any regular triangle and any triangle in general. Okay, just some nice quick tips that are going to help us finish this entire lesson. Okay, please read this over. I won't go too much detail in it because it has all the wording. We'll go ahead and just read that. Next slide is this. Everyone should come to this, okay? We won't worry about the right side right now. Let's look at the left side. So let's go ahead and read it. It says, Priya thinks the angle measures 40 degrees. Okay? And it says Tyler thinks the angle measures 140 degrees. Do you agree with either of them? Explain your reasoning. Okay. So we need to figure out what the objective is. We have a protractor and we have 3 letters on here. Okay. It says Tyler and Priya were both measuring the angle TUS. So how do we find an angle? The way you find an angle is you read it exactly how it's written. So it says TUS. So we can start at T, go to U, and then we can go to the S. Okay, so it wants us to find this little angle right here. How big is this piece right here, basically? How big is this highlighted area? That's what it wants us to know. So we look at the line that it ends on. It ends on this line. And what would we say that number is? Is it the top one or the bottom one? Well, it depends which way you're going. If you're going this way, you read the top number. Top number. So TUS would equal 40 degrees. This little circle right here means degrees. Okay, it's a little circle. But if you're going from right to left, you also read the top number. No. Sorry, messed up. Everybody makes mistakes, guys. Everybody has those days. Bottom number. If you're going right to left, top number. If you're going left from right to left, bottom number. Okay? Just look at the arrows. So, in this problem, in this case, who is correct? Priya. She thinks the angle is 40 degrees. Okay. Let's pretend we had another letter over here. We had L. Let's pretend that's the letter L. And it says, find LUS. Okay. So how can we define LUS? So, again, we would start at L. And then we would go from U to S. Again, we're always finding the letter in the middle. So the angle we want to find is this big angle right here. Okay, this highlighted part. Again, if I'm going from right to left, I read the bottom number. So what's our bottom number whenever it stops at S? 140. So LUS would equal 140 degrees. All right. So that's our example. And then here's a practice, some practice over here on the right for you guys. Okay. Down here, estimating angle measures. We just want you to guess about what size are these angles. Okay. You can literally just write a number. Let's say, for example, I'm not saying this is correct, but let's say if you thought this one was 23 degrees. Okay. And then down here, here are 2 different patterns made out of the same 5 identical isosceles triangles. Without using a protractor, determine the measures of angle X and angle Y. Explain or show your reasoning. This sign right here, guys, this means angle. Okay. So we need to figure out what X and 2Y is equal. So let's figure out this right here, this triangle here. We want to figure out the length of this triangle. We know the blues mean X. So we got X here, X here, X here, X here. We know the yellows mean Y. So Y, 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 and Y, and so on. And on the next side over here, it means the exact same thing. We know blue's X, so I hate when that happens. X, 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 and X. And the yellows again, those are Y's. I'll fill those in. Y, and another Y. Okay. So, we need to figure out this triangle. Well, if you read the slide at the beginning, it says every triangle equals 180 degrees. So, in this small triangle, we have two Y's, which could just be Y plus X equals 180 degrees. We can put these two Y's together. A Y plus a Y gives us 2Y plus X equals 180 degrees. Okay, so this would be an equation that could help us. Another thing that can help us is right here in the center. If you didn't know, a circle equals 360 degrees. So how many x's do we have here? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 x's. So we also know that 5 x's equals 360 degrees. Okay. So again, going back to our two-step and one-step equations, how could I figure out what x is? Divided by 5. Divided by 5. I know we're going to get x equals... Let's open up our calculator. 360 divided by 5. That would give us our answer for here. Degrees. Okay. And then what we would do there is we would plug it into this equation right here. Okay, guys. So let me use my calculator. Let's get the answer for us really quick. 60 divided by 5 equals 72 degrees. Okay. So we know 2y plus 72 equals 180. And this right here, guys, is review from two-step equations. Okay? What we're supposed to do is, what does y equal? Okay? If you have any questions, Google Classroom, email, come to the office hours. Okay? Sorry for the errors.